desert. You lose everything here. No time to complain. No time. This is where killers meet their end. Blood-spattered hands. Endless scrubbing. Medea tried to stop fate, but mental wins every time. Margaret Garner came next, still looking for freedom in her child's blood. Listen to the sand and the wind. No one leaves. The desert hungers for more. We never let down, never let down. There's no singing in the desert.
Una para las santas, las burbujas y las evas. Otra para las amantes, las brujas, las cabezas. Tres para el hombre que olvida de todo. Cuatro para los hijos que nadan al cielo solos. Una para las santas, las burbujas y las evas. Otra para las amantes, las brujas, las cabezas. Tres para el hombre que olvida de todo. Cuatro para los hijos que nadan al cielo solos. Una para las santas, las brujas y las evas. Otra para las amantes, las brujas, las cabezas. Tres para el hombre que olvida de todo. Cuatro para los hijos que nadan al cielo solos.
Are they clean yet?
Not yet. I've been scrubbing for 2,000 years, and there's still blood on my hands. You've been here, what, a century?
I'm a fast learner. I spent my whole life washing white women's floors, white men's backs, and white babies' bottoms. I know how to clean my own hands.
Not a spot on them, not a sign of my pain. Can't you see I'm ready to hold my babies again? Scarred over, all the blood is gone, 'cause I've been wandering, dead and wandering too long. Not a spot on them, not a sign of my pain. Can't you see I'm ready to hold my babies again? Scarred over, all the blood is gone, 'cause I've been wandering, dead and wandering too long. Not a spot on them, not a sign of my pain. Can't you see I'm ready to hold my babies?
Stop singing! You know the rules. Smiling, good behavior, good hygiene, positive attitude, believe in something but nothing too specific. No fighting with the other whores, no knives, razors, or floss, and no singing is allowed, or you go back in the boat.
¿Qué les pasa? No son mujeres como nosotras. Don't talk to me about a maldita lancha or that my hands are never gonna be clean. I don't even see you. I'm watching Juan Carlos y Ana in the river. And if I sing to them their favorite lullaby as they drown, what is that to you?
What lullaby would you sing to them?
Leave her alone!
What lullaby would you sing to them?
Hush your heart.
exile. I'm Medea.
She knows who you are.
It's the first moments that grab you. I remember staring into Jason's eyes, his crew staggering behind him on the sand. If he hadn't looked so lost, so hopeful, I never would have helped him. It's the first moments that twist your gut, something you can't shake off.
Margaret Garner. Welcome to exile. My story's as plain as they come. 1856 or thereabouts, I lost a baby. A year later, I lost another. But me, I've been searching my whole life for myself and haven't found me yet. I've been down in this valley so long. I've been down in this valley so long. Till Jesus saved my soul, took my hand and made me whole. I'll be flying out this valley before long.
I didn't ask either of you to sing! You know the consequences. A new girl shows up and you start acting stupid. What was the lullaby?
I thought you didn't want songs.
Aren't you scared of the desert hearing?
Shut up! What was the lullaby?
Vaya pues. I've only sung this song to Juan Carlos y Ana. I wrote it when their father left to go allá. Cuando te dejo, someone will find you. You're strong and your smile is brave. Cuando I leave you, I'll carry you always. Our spirits will laugh at the grave. Cariño, te amo, te adoro, te dejo. I'll see you as soon as I can. Cariño, believe me, that we'll be together in el norte, the new promised land. El norte is the new promised land. Did your mother sing that to you?
I don't remember my mother.
I can share mine. She swore to never speak to me again if I left Guayapa Arriba. She'd like you. You have the same happy personality.
We don't need mothers here.
You're talking too much.
The desert doesn't like noise.
Quiet! You can tell the desert that we need a moment for introductions. It's been a quiet 100 years, so y'all can just suck it up.
They're easily frightened when the rules unexpectedly bend. Our population is growing. They're unsettled.
How many children do you have?
2. You?
5. 2. Same father?
Si.
That's lucky for you.
Why?
Love blinds the heart and stills the fist too long. If I had left Jason for other men, his betrayal wouldn't have ravaged me.
Nothing I'm talking about has to do with love. Massa always liked it when I was first pregnant. Said it made it nicer for him. Used to laugh. The softer the cushion, the better the cushion.
En serio?
Jason wasn't like that. Not at first.
Stop. It doesn't work like this. The desert has its rules. Keep washing.
Too late! It's coming!
Someone else this time.
We're not the only desert with a growing population.
Still too close. Do you want to know who you mean, exile? Ask us. We've been here longer than anyone. We know. Medea. Last name unknown. Mythological Greek figure.
She's not that mythological. She's here, isn't she?
We deal in the crossover. From Colchis, a place near the Black Sea. Granddaughter of the sun god Helios. Helped Jason and the Argonauts get the golden fleece from her father, King Aeetes. And convicted murderess, sorceress, and bitch. Margaret Garner. Slave woman of Archibald Gaines, Kentucky 1840s and 50s. We should say enslaved woman, not slave woman. We'll say what's true. Stop Stop trying to muddy the
I
water.
think you're changing it from what it's always been.
I don't change anything. Nothing changes here.
Daughter of Zilla married to Robert, a slave on another plantation at the age of 15. Had her first child that year, too. Tried to escape, and more than once killed 2 of her children. But they always got to her before she could kill herself.
Child murder is not something the universe takes lightly.
Now that we've all been introduced, it's time to start behaving again.
Or not, I'll introduce. Maria needs a name. Since manipulative bitch and slave woman are already used, what would you like yours to read?
I'm nobody. I'm not famous like you. I just tried to get my family to the United States and it didn't work. I threw myself to the river. I thought I was going to die. Or that these things were la migra, that they will send me home. I don't know why I'm here.
Why are any of us here? I was born to wander. Watched the Black Sea for a chance to run from a father king who didn't object to child murder if it meant keeping the throne.
When Jason came in the Argo, it didn't matter that the mast was bent or the hull grew barnacles.
I was ready. He was my chance for glory, my chance for escape.
I remember the first day Master Pierce arrived at the plantation. Talk about first moments. Didn't matter that I was pregnant with my eldest by my Robert. The way that man stared, he'd been in the house 2 minutes and I just knew how the next years would be. Me, running from him every day and never going anywhere.
I get lost sometimes in the layers of banishment. I chose my first exile. I knew it waited for me at home. Old ladies with too much pillow flesh hanging from their cheeks. Babies fall behind them in a train. Widows with bones that stab their neighbors and tongues soft and loose from wagging. So I jump on the ship, wave goodbye to schoolyard friends who will tell their babies about crazy Medea, the one that got away.
Think about the snow sometimes. The Ohio River was frozen over when we ran over it with holes in our shoes. The children didn't cry.
I am a daughter of the ocean. This sand filters through your skin and gets into your bones. There's possibility in an ocean. There's a horizon that whispers, come find me. Test your strength against mine.
I wasn't about to leave my children behind. Not giving them my life. 7 years old, caring for the master's babies. I was just a baby myself. Lord, freedom so close that when the wind blew over the Ohio River, we could smell it. It smelled like pressed cider and honeysuckle. And hogs.
Like blood. I remember falling into the carcass of a deer, fresh killed as a child, and the smell of blood felt like home. I saw the white of one of its ribs with flesh still hanging. It hurt my eyes with its brightness. I wanted to taste it, to press my cheek against its smooth rib, but my mother saw me and screamed.
Cut a baby off me a few months after his wife. 3 times in a row and no one said anything. No one has said anything to. Baby after baby, my mouth closed up tight. A solitary story of a mother's gory rage, too bloody for a bedtime tale, brutal for a page.
A solitary story of a mother's gory rage.
Too bloody for a bedtime tale, brutal for a page.
A solitary story of a mother's gory rage. Too bloody for a bedtime tale, brutal for a page.
I am the witch who cries at night, who wanders past your door. Inside you whisper careful, she prowls in search for more.
Pendejos!
I am burning and you don't allow my pain. Save your strength to cut the children from the glamour of the gangs. I watch mine when they die, I inhale their last breath. Yours are on the street or along in the US. Mind yourself, hypocrite, that's safe from my murderous hands. The river choking my children's blood, and now you understand!
You said it! Now who's the pendejo? We told you the rules of exile. Smiling, good behavior, positive attitude, be a good girl, seen and not heard, no acting like a stupid bitch, no knives, razors, or floss, and never admit to killing your children! It's time for the boat.
Don't you want to be somewhere safe? It's better this way, I promise.
You have the exception to the rule.
Fate, make it easy on yourself. The desert desires silence.
There are consequences for your actions!
No one escapes the consequences.
I've already been on a boat! The river rejects me! I can be made to forget, so stop trying!
It goes further dirty than you think!
You say it's easy to calm us down.
We did it, we love the
Why
boat.
are you so
nation of the enslaved whose line stretched back to the Africa. Mama Selma, she used to tell us stories about our people knowing how to fly. Sure, she'd say. Out there in the Africa, all it takes is a little handshake with the wind and our people fly like the hawk. All you have to do is to stretch out both hands on different sides of the world and just wait for the wind. I tried sometimes in the house as a child. Sneak out on the back porch when no one was looking and stretch until my heart wanted to jump at the sun. The wind never came. Master's boy Thomas did though. Started laughing at me standing on the railing.
You touched Margaret? You best be careful now. I'll tell Mama you crazy. And you'll be out in the fields for sure.
Skid ain't no brains, boy. Stopped wearing short trousers and thought he was a man. So I stopped flying practice. Not too long after the new master arrives, I learned there's no mystery in the power of white skin. When he's asleep, I check. No secrets hidden in his heavy breathing, just too much to drink again. Then one day I realized, looking down at my swelling belly and the bruises on my arms, his body doesn't need to prove his power. That's what mine's for. When Carlos left me for the norte, I just learned it, that either way, a woman is fucked. None word from him for 2 years. We didn't know if he died or made it in the way. Nothing changed. We were hungry before he left, and we were hungry after. But the violence got worse. In mi comunidad, we found bodies with a bullet in the head or in pieces from machetes. How can I raise my children without food and where their only future is death and gangs? I taught my mommy that I was going to find Carlos in el norte, where the streets are made of dollar bills. She said I was crazy, that we were all going to die on the way, and that she will never speak to me if I left. What could I do? Damned if I stayed, damned if I left. But I left.
You don't understand. There is safety in silence, comfort in doing what you're told. I was once like you, but the desert knew better. There are places a woman belongs. Stop whining, get over your sweet self, and get your ass in the boat.
Why do you persist in being fools? Stop listening to your master and open your ears to the wind. You want us in the boat. Listen to the stories that are lost in its bones. Speak those instead of what you've been instructed to say. Speak that. I'll get in the boat if you can say it wants me. Well, what do you hear? Take off your shoes. The soles of your feet have been silent too long.
There is anger in the quiet.
Te espero en la soledad. Te escucho en el silencio.
Carve out your names on my skin. I know what it is to be claimed. I know how to hollow myself for men.
I found hope in my children, in their bright smiles and young laughter.
Strangers, no bargaining rights. Everyone stares.
Curly hair, dark skin, this decides my children's exile.
Te espero en la soledad.
No apologies. Get your work done.
His baby in my belly.
Te espero.
Joy exists and pain is all that follows. Not the desert holds your tears, and the river pulls their blood. Wretched is the life of a woman. You know this for yourself. We all long for freedom, but only if you escape.
That was a big one.
It's angry. The new girl makes you talk too much.
The desert knows justice, the difference between right and wrong.
There's a reason you're here, and you'll never be queen enough to leave.
Hush your heart, pretty baby. Close your eyes, sweet child. Mama said it
Gentlemen, in the case of Medea versus the state of Corinth, I think it is clear that this is a case of hearsay and rumors that have conspired to accuse my gentle and delicate client of a heinous act, one which her very nature prohibits her from considering, let alone performing. It was her male slave Raoul who crept into the children's room at night and did the bloody deed. A barbarian and killer who has not been seen in our city since the tragic event.
I ask you to look at my client, La Niña Llorona. Look at her innocent face. She, like all our fair women, is not capable of such an act. It is against nature. It is against logic. It is against God.
My slave Margaret was clearly not in her right mind. I beg you to let us return home. Her mistress is distraught without her services.
Distraught? Yes, she was. But the princess of Colchis is no killer. Hold up your hands, my dear. Look at the delicacy of these hands. Can you truly imagine such hands performing so revolting a crime?
Hold up your hands. Hold up your hands. Hold up your hands! Hold up your hands!
Your hands are not so different than mine. If my hands can murder my children,
So can yours.
No! That is not what sent you here. Go back.
It's over! Why do we have to remember? The sand doesn't care about their guilt or innocence. They've already decided to send them here. Why do we need another trial?
Look at your hands. Do you see a difference between your hands and theirs?
No.
That's why we need another trial.
Gentlemen of the jury, the woman standing before you is wearing a dress still stained with her daughter's blood. But this trial is not about whether or not a slave killed a child. It is about the state's rights and the authority of the federal government. Will we allow our property to be so grossly snatched away from us without any kind of struggle?
And may I speak from experience, gentlemen, in saying that these Negroes do not know what awaits them when they leave the benevolent care of their masters. I myself have seen the freedmen of color in the North, and I can say that their lot is a miserable one. They are condemned to poverty,
Ignorance and ill health
in contrast with the genial and amiable conditions under which they labor.
in our beloved state of Kentucky.
This murder only demonstrates the bestial nature of the Negro and must make us form the conclusion that servitude is the only way they can ever hope to abandon the savagery of that dark continent.
She let her children drown in the Rio Grande. Another illegal trying to invade our borders, threaten our jobs, and reap the benefits of everything we've worked so hard for. And who suffered the consequences of this woman's foolish endeavor?
Innocent children.
The verdict, Your Honor, should be clear.
A princess is not without reproach. This court cannot be influenced by this fiend's power and connections with the gods because she has defied every law of nature known to man. She has butchered her way against her father and against her husband. Let her go free and there'll be no stopping her irrational and terrifying spite. She is a woman after all. And we know them to be influenced by the most base of passions and by the indiscretions of weak minds. Let her be an example to all those who would think to do as she has done. She is guilty. And for the safety of your children, of your marriages, of our way of life, she must be banished.
Yes! Let the world hear. I am guilty. Convict me as guilty, but why? You don't really care who killed my children. You're happy. No room in your world for mixed blood babies of kings. It is blood that starts the frenzy. You use their blood to justify whatever retaliation you desire. They die, and your eyes turn to my barbarian hands. Who is the betrayed? Innocence left when Jason broke his covenant to me as a husband. Innocence left when the boys breathed the last time. Innocence is gone. We both had a part in it, but he was the first to break a vow.
I am guilty. Try me. Let me stand in front of a sea of white and shout, I killed the master's child. My child, Robert's child, don't matter whose child anymore. She is resting in the arms of sweet Jesus. Let me say it, but your courts won't let me stand up. How can a slave be guilty of murder if a slave's not a person? Do pigs get tried? Or donkeys? You send me back to Kentucky in a cart, my dress stained, my feet cold. Those white men know this is worse than any hanging. I scream, I did it, and I do it again.
but no one hears me but the bullwhip waiting at home. I am guilty of listening to the river, of trying to follow you for a better life for our children. 2 years of praying, of not knowing if you were dead in a railroad in Mexico or one of the nameless cuerpos in the desert. We left. There was no home for us once the gangs took over the streets. We couldn't leave the house and the schools closed. Y por todo México, nuestros hijos nunca se quejaban. They were quiet and strong. I was so proud of them. I thought the river was going to hold them. I thought they had the strength to paddle across. I can't swim, and there was only one tire. I'm guilty of pushing my children into the water, and now even death refuses to let me enter. I wander the world alone.
Te dejo, someone will find you. You are strong and your smile is brave. Cuando I leave you, I'll carry you always. Our spirits will laugh at the grave. Cariño, te amo, te adoro, te dejo. I'll see you as soon as I can. Cariño, believe me, that we'll be together, and El Norte, the new promised land. El Norte is the new promised land.
I remember it never leaves.
I buried it. It hurts to start digging.
I'll be waiting up the river. Hold my hand, child. I'll walk you there. I'll be waiting up the river. They said there's comfort waiting there. I watch them breathe their last sweet breath, sweet hands that curls in mine. Oh, stop time, stop time, stop time. Could I have changed? There's nothing to push against fate. Such a long way, so close to the other side. Start swimming, my loves. Start swimming! I could smell it. What went wrong? Wait! Let's move! Wait! No time!
Bea, the desert doesn't forget your choices.
Bea.
There's nothing worth remembering that pain.
They said the story was simple. A classic story, they said. A man uses one woman's talents and energy to get her success and then drops her for a young thing. No room for complications. Easy.
Poor Henninger and wetbacks. They don't know what is good for them.
Slaves are naturally violent. That's why they need to be trained and civilized.
Simple. Women bend to men's desire. Blood stays in the body's veins.
I had to take my babies with me.
No choice.
All of us in the mass are slave because, praise Jesus, the river froze. Cold and dark telling the children to keep hush. And we were there. First stop on the Underground Railroad. Told the children to go to sleep and we waited for Elijah to come back with the news. But it wasn't Elijah who came. I hear the men outside the cabin walls. I can see them creeping closer. Oh Lord, they found us. Auntie Lena on the floor praying, but I got to wake up the children. I gotta get us away somehow. I'm pulling Mary out of bed, but I hear Master asking about me, asking about Mary. No, you can't have them. They ain't yours, and I ain't never giving them back to that kind of life. There's a knife by the fire. He's getting closer. It was a hog knife, clean and long. He's so close, shotgun pointed at the cabin, shouting, Margaret, you come out now, you hear? No! Knife door, I was open, my legs ready, you're offended with my message, you're somebody, no, I got my cheek! Take up the knife!
She'll be happier with you, Jesus. Take up the knife. It didn't hurt her. I didn't quit.
There's a landslide waiting if you touch me right there, at the crease between arm and elbow.
Stop.
They said the story was simple.
Nothing about womanhood is simple.
Our hands are your hands.
Death wouldn't have me. I asked her, and she laughed. Land soaks up blood, but water never forgets. They'll set us adrift.
Only the wind will know what really happened.
I never testified. No one ever heard my story.
Martyrs are unpopular, but we can sing for centuries.
Bound by a desert.
Raised for sailors to fear.
Siren calls on the wind.
Chaos waits at the edge of your vision. There is a right way to live as a woman in this world. Too many wrong ways to count. Step out of line, you'll never stop running to catch up.
Not a sign of my pain. Can't you see I'm ready to hold my babies again? Scarred over, all the blood is gone, 'cause I've been wandering, and wandering too long. Not a spot unknown, not a sign of my pain. Can't you see I'm ready to hold my babies again? Scarred over, all the blood is gone, 'cause I've been wandering, dead and wandering too long. Not a spot unknown, not a sign of my pain. Can't you see I'm ready to hold my babies again? Scarred over, all the blood is gone, 'cause I've been wandering, dead and wandering too long. Not a spot unknown, not a sign of my pain. Can't you see I'm ready to hold my babies again? Start over.
I never knew I was strong enough to hit him back.
I tried to transcend this rage, to find a spiritual plane where solace came from the universe and meaning from my own careful constellations. It was exhausting.
My skin stretches to contain all this anger. I use words I don't understand to explain a pain I can't pinpoint, a hurt I can't remember.
We We chose what was easy. It hurts to open my mouth now.
I wish I had a door to kick.
Or face to punch. Just one face that could cradle all the world's wrongs in its puffy cheeks.
A white flash of pure, sweet, and apologetic rage.
Memory shifts.
Anger remains.
No food.
Answers elude me. Peace flits away.
Who is left to remember the songs of my childhood? Grandmother pointing at flowers, whispering their names. Who will carry the burden of memory? A history of chains, denying our shame. Inside the skin it's lonely, sometimes it fits too tight. Who will remember the songs of my childhood? Remember how we used to run, race each other to the stop sign. Showed my underwear once to a boy. Summer sweat, elastic, Little Mermaid panties. Smells of dirt and seaweed mean I'm home. Who will remember the songs of my childhood? I'm scared to be a mother in this uncertain world. Inside my skin pulses death, fear, joy sometimes. Who will sing for me when I explode? Pour down, pour down, pour down and wash me clean, oh where I'll go when I'm clean, wash me clean, oh where I'll go when I'm clean. Pour down, pour down, pour down and wash me clean, oh where I'll go when I'm clean, wash me clean, oh where I'll go when I'm clean.
Stop trying. Blood doesn't come out. Let's go to the boat.
You were the one screaming to get out of the maldita lancha, and now you want it.
Whispers of wood, of metal, of stone, but whispers of bone. There's sounds of bone in that boat. Put enough bones together, we can make us some wings.
It's the same everywhere I go. My sorrow is my shadow, and death ignores me. Why should I try to fly?
We're going somewhere you've never been. Maybe the rivers there are more forgiving. I know how to fly. I need somewhere to land. Who could look into my eyes without trembling? Who could have the courage to see the blood on my hands and extend an arm of welcome? You're not the only one who knows about blood, Medea. You're not the only.
The only
Blood.
I know about.
Blood travels across centuries, questions without answers.
Not alone.
I know.
Blood!
Yes, I am! Blood on a sword, any fool can draw that. With a knife blade, you get closer. I feel the tremors of their bodies travel up my arm. Drowning is sweet. From water we begin, to water we return. I have no water, only a cloth to muffle their breath, a pillow to capture their spirits as they fly. But the baby won't die, no matter how long I wait, crying, pushing, trembling. So I take a knife and finish what I began, because honor demands it, because I have to. Medea stands alone.
In the game of matching anger, who can compete with the daughter of a god?
It's not fair to plumb our rage for the sake of competition.
My hands are not so different.